The great devotees of Krishna are called Mahabhagavatas. And the specific characteristic of Vidura is that Aikantikaha, Krishnasya Ekantikaha. He was the exclusive devotee of Krishna, and therefore he is referred to as Mahabhagavata. Why are devotees of other devatas not called Mahabhagavatas? They are also devotees. Somebody may be a devotee of Lord Shiva, somebody may be a devotee of Lord Ganesha, somebody is a devotee of Hanuman, somebody is a devotee of Surya, somebody is a devotee of Varuna, Vayu, etc. So why can't they also be called Mahabhagavata? Why is Vidura being called Mahabhagavata? Because Krishnasya Aikantikaha. Because he was a exclusive devotee of Krishna. Why is he alone being called Mahabhagavata? That is explained in the Skanda Purana, where it is said that if one worships the Lord Vishnu, who is Shankha Chakra Gadadhare, who is carrying the conch, the disc, and club and the lotus flower in his hand, Shankha Chakra Gadadhare, a person who Deva Deveshe, a person who becomes a devotee of the Supreme Lord Vishnu, Narayana, and that person, he renders devotional service only to Narayana or Vishnu and not to any other devata. Archite Deva Deveshe Shankha Chakra Gadadhare. If a person is rendering devotional service only to Narayana, to Vishnu, then what about other devatas? Architaha devataha. All the other devatas are worshipped simply by worshipping Narayana or Vishnu. Why? Because Sarvagato Harihi. Because Yataha Sarvagato Harihi. Because that all pervasive Paramatma is the same Lord Narayana or Vishnu. So if one worships Lord Vishnu or Narayana, all the other devatas, Architaha, Sarva Devataha, all the other devatas get worshipped simply by worshipping Lord Vishnu or Narayana or Krishna, who is the source of both Narayana and Vishnu. That means when a devotee like Vidura is Krishna Saikantikaha, he renders devotional service only to Krishna. What is happening? Simultaneously, all other 33 crore devatas also get worshipped. The devotee does not have to worship any of the other devatas separately. Whereas, if someone becomes a devotee of a devata, if a person becomes a devotee of Lord Shiva, he becomes an exclusive devotee of Lord Shiva, or he becomes an exclusive devotee of Lord Ganesha, or he becomes an exclusive devotee of Varuna, or he becomes an exclusive devotee of Surya, etc., etc., etc. You may become an exclusive devotee of the devata, but by that exclusive devotional service and worshipping of the devata, one does not satisfy all the devatas. There is no such injunction in the Vedas. The Vedas only say, if you worship Narayana, if you worship Krishna, then all other devatas are worshipped. One does not have to separately worship any of them. And therefore, anybody who worships Krishna exclusively, he becomes the highest personality. He becomes the greatest spiritualist. And therefore, Vidura, because Krishna's Aikantikaha, because he was an exclusive devotee of Krishna, he did not know anybody other than Krishna. Therefore, he is Mahabhagavataha. He is a very great devotee. He is a great personality. He is a Mahatma. Only such people can be called Mahatmas. One cannot become a Mahatma by becoming a devotee of any of the devatas. One becomes a Mahabhagavata, one becomes a Mahatma only by becoming a devotee of Krishna. This is the verdict of the Vedas. And therefore, an intelligent person, he becomes a devotee of Krishna and he exclusively renders devotional service to Krishna. So when a devotee renders exclusive devotional service to Krishna, he does not worship any other devata, it does not mean that he is disrespecting the devatas. He very well understands the position of the devatas, and a devotee, by chance, if he come across some devata, he will immediately offer his obeisances and all his respects to that devata. But if you ask him to worship that devata, the devotee is not so inclined. The devotee wants to render exclusive devotional service and exclusive worship to Lord Krishna. Because by so doing, all other devatas are worshipped. Everybody else becomes pleased and satisfied.